Kurata is a genius programmer who absolutely loves robots. He has an entire room in his apartment dedicated to small robot models that he has bought. One night, after returning home late from work, he is hit by a speeding car and ends up dying. In another world, a carriage transporting a strong-looking old man, Lori, his daughter Celestina, and her child, a boy called Ernesti, is suddenly attacked by demon beasts. While the smaller monster is easily dispatched by Lori and Celestina, they are powerless to fight back against the much larger one. Just as it is about to devour Ernesti, his father, Matthias, comes to their rescue while piloting a silhouette knight. It turns out that Ernesti is Kurata's reincarnation, and once he sees the silhouette knight, his passion for robots awakens inside of him once again. From that moment on, he declares that he will become a silhouette knight pilot, a night runner. Realizing he is living in his ideal fantasy world, Ernesti puts all of his efforts into learning combat and magic so he could achieve his dream. He is able to apply his vast knowledge of programming into magic formulas, which helps him master magic at an astonishing pace. One morning while he is practicing his magic, he runs into two siblings, a boy named Archid and his sister Adeltrud. They are trying to run away from their home, and while doing so, Adeltrud slips and falls from the roof, but Ernesti is able to easily save her by using magic. Seeing him perform magic quickly distracts them from their getaway, and they decide to ask him to teach them magic instead, which Ernesti happily accepts. The three of them enter the Academy for Knights Runners, which is the first step towards becoming a Knight Runner. There they make a new friend, a dwarf named Batson, who entered the Academy to become a mechanic for silhouette knights, a knightsmith. Going to the workshop where Batson is learning his craft, Ernesti comes up with an improvement to the magic rod design everyone is using. This intrigues the dwarves working there, and they make a prototype for him. Thanks to the new gun-like magic rod, Ernesti is able to further enhance his ability to use magic. By displaying his mastery over magic, he is able to skip the elementary level classes in the academy and starts attending the middle school level lectures, which quickly starts rumors about him all through the academy. 3 years pass, and Ernesti tells Batson his desire to learn more about the other reactors, the power source of the Silhouette Knights. But the technology behind their creation is a national secret, and not even the Knightsmiths there know it, which sets Ernesti's dream of building his own unique Silhouette Knight back. The time for field exercises against demon beasts comes, and the younger students are escorted by their seniors into a nearby forest, where they are to observe how their seniors operate in the field. There, Ernesti meets Stefania, the older stepsister of Archid and Adeltrud. She quickly takes a liking to him, which upsets Adeltrud, who has developed feelings for Ernesti. While admiring the Silhouette Knights present at the camp, Ernesti meets one of his seniors, Edgar, a pilot of a customized Silhouette Knight. He shows him inside of the cabin of the robot, but Ernesti quickly realizes that he is too small to pilot it, as they are designed for adults. It is the middle of the night when an alarm is sounded. The seniors jump into their Silhouette Knights, while the young students start evacuating the area. Apparently, a horde of demon beasts is heading their way. Ernesti sees that his close friends Archid and Adeltrud are worried about their sister, who stayed behind to fend off the demon beasts. So instead of evacuating with the other juniors, the three of them head out to help Stefania, and the other seniors fend off the attack. It quickly becomes apparent that something is wrong, as there are too many demon beasts rampaging through the area. A nearby checkpoint is suddenly attacked by a division-class demon beast, namely a behemoth. While sending word ahead to their superior, the soldiers stationed there get into their Silhouette Knights and give up their lives to try and stall the behemoth. Unfortunately, their attacks have no effect on the massive monster. Thanks to the intervention of Ernesti, Archid, and Adeltrud, the damage done by the rampaging demon beasts in the forest is kept to a minimum. While they are celebrating their success, Ernesti is worried that the beasts might have been riled up like this because they were fleeing from something bigger and stronger. Other Knight Riders get the news about the behemoth approaching the forest, and realizing that there are students conducting exercises there, they rush as fast as possible to see to their safety. The behemoth makes its way to where the students are, which sends them into a panic. The seniors pilot their Silhouette Knights to buy time, while everyone else who does not have a robot evacuates. One of the seniors gets killed by the behemoth, which scares Dietrich, another one of the seniors. In his panic, he runs away from the behemoth with his Silhouette Knight. Ernesti sees that, and instead of evacuating, he chases after the runaway knight. He manages to find Dietrich rather quickly, and upon opening the hatch into his robot and seeing his mental state, Ernesti knocks him out. He proceeds to plug his magical gun-like staves into the robot's controls. By using his extensive knowledge of programming and magic, he adjusts the Silhouette Knight's settings so he can use the controls without relying on the default interface. In record time, he is able to change the robot's controls and adjust them to fit him just right, thrilled by the fact that he is finally piloting a robot. Arriving just in time to save Helvi, another one of his seniors, Ernesti gets mistaken for Dietrich as he is piloting his robot. Ernesti is thoroughly enjoying the thrill of fighting such a massive monster while piloting a robot, and straight from the start he is able to take out one of its eyes. But even he is unable to break through the behemoth's thick armor to inflict some real damage. During the battle, Dietrich suddenly regains his senses. Shocked and terrified that Ernesti brought them back into the fray, protests and demands they should retreat. Ernesti notices that the mana reserves of the Silhouette Knight are running low, so he agrees that he will have to retreat, but not before he inflicts a big enough injury on the monster. At that moment, the Silhouette Knight's forces arrive, carrying heavy weapons designed to be used against the behemoth. They see Dietrich's robot engaged in battle and quickly join in to help him out. The weapons they use are able to injure the behemoth, but that only enrages it. Going into a frenzy, the massive demon beast starts crushing the Silhouette Knights around it. Ernesti is infuriated by the fact that so many robots are being broken by the beast, but as he is trying to act, he notices that the Silhouette Knight he is piloting is starting to break apart. Coming up with a way to bring the battle to an end, Ernesti gets out of the robot and lets Dietrich pilot it, while he casts a massive air-based spell towards the beast. By using the sword that was stuck in the beast's eye after he stabbed it, he channels lightning straight into its brain, frying it on the spot. Everyone is surprised that Ernesti was able to bring down a behemoth pretty much on his own. So once the news of this reached the king's ears, he wishes to see Ernesti in person. Ernesti and his grandfather get summoned to the palace, where they meet the king of Primavera, Ambrosius. Wanting to reward Ernesti for slaying a behemoth, the king asks him what he would like, to which Ernesti requests the knowledge on how to create ether reactors. The king's advisors are appalled that he would ask for the kingdom's secret, but the king appears amused by the idea and he asks what Ernesti would do with that knowledge. It is then that Ernesti reveals to everyone how he wants to build his own Silhouette Knight from scratch, and for doing that, it is vital that he can make his own power supply. Ambrosius sees Ernesti's honest passion for robots, so despite his advisor's protests, he promises to give him the knowledge he seeks, but only if he is able to show him evidence that he can put this knowledge to good use first, by creating a Silhouette Knight's body that will impress him. Ernesti is overjoyed upon hearing that and immediately heads to the Knightsmith's workshop at the academy. There he meets David, who is in charge of development and maintenance of Silhouette Knights for this area. David realizes from the start that Ernesti has a brilliant mind in regards to Silhouette Knights, as he starts giving him innovative ideas on how to improve their design. At first, David is reluctant to change the design of Silhouette Knights they have, but Ernesti manages to convince him to try and add 2 additional arms on their back. The additional arms' only purpose is to hold the magic rods, so the Silhouette Knights could use magic and other melee weapons at the same time instead of having to alternate between the two. While David is trying to overcome the hurdles of changing up the design of the robots, Ernesti comes up with another lightweight design made for night runners in training. Calling it the Silhouette Geared, does not need an ether reactor to function, and it proves to be an excellent machine for training. Dietrich manages to get over the fact that he abandoned his comrades when he ran, and swearing that he will never make the same mistake again, he dedicates himself to training, which helps motivate others. Some time passes and the first prototype of the new design is ready for testing. The pilot is none other than Helvi, as it is her Silhouette Knight that got changed during repairs. While she is having trouble properly controlling the robot due to the large increase in power, the additional arms that fire magic from his back turn out to be a huge success. To put the new design to a proper test, they set up a match between Helvi and Edgar. It becomes apparent just how much the new design is superior in power, as Edgar is forced to go all out against his opponent. Even that is not enough, and Helvi overpowers Edgar, but before she can finish the match she runs out of mana, revealing a major drawback of the new design. While everyone celebrates the massive success of the new unit, Ernesti and David already start thinking of ways to overcome the high mana drain issue. At this time, a spy from the workshop leaks the information about the new model to a third party. While brainstorming on how to overcome the new Silhouette Knight design's downside, Ernesti makes a few adjustments to the Silhouette gears, making them capable of actual combat. The news of the new robot design reached the ears of Marcus Dixgard, who was one of the king's advisors, strongly opposing the idea of giving Ernesti knowledge about the ether reactor. Dixgard sends his order of knights to bring the new models and their pilots to the fortress in his domain, so that he could see them in person. On their way, they are attacked by a shaker worm, a large and deadly demon beast, who is lured there by an unknown individual. Thanks to the firepower of the new model of Silhouette Knights, they are able to bring down the Shaker Worm with ease. The group who is behind luring the Shaker Worm is happy that the new robots are so promising as they want to go ahead and steal them. Hey, thank you for staying all the way till the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It takes only a second, but it means everything to us. Have a great day and see you in the next video.